some sunlight out. It's some rain out here. The weather's nice thus far. The weather is nice thus far. It's good old Saturday, y'all. Good old Saturday. I'm out making me some morning runs, and I'm just thinking about over the last 2 months, 3 months, some of these relationships with contractors that I have, and also prospects, clients, etc. In my history of working in the entrepreneur space, I'm very considerate of people's end result. Like if somebody reach out to me, whether they do business with me or not, I want to give them the right information to at least make a good decision, right? That's the type of person I am. So you don't have to buy from me necessarily. I don't mind you having the freedom of will to make a decision on, what's the best solution based on all the options that I give you. However, let me just jump right to the what I'm getting about. So it's so many multiple situations I've had with prospects and clients, etc., and contractors that I work alongside. And I y'all know that I got a list of contractors that I typically refer people to. I got a list of contractors that, I know they're solid and that they're gonna perform, right? So I refer them to my client base, period. And what I didn't tell y'all is I literally refer them. Some of these things they're not just because they're on my list, they're not subcontracted. So it's like, oh, you're referring people and you're not getting none of the cut. No, I literally want to see my counterpartners grow. I believe in the law of reciprocity. Do good things coming to you, right? I believe in that. Like, I'm not expecting something in return from that exact person who I'm subcontracting or putting on a job that I'm working on. But in the same token, good things come back to me. That's just what I believe. I got a genuine heart, a genuine will to do well by people in general. But so some of these situations is like, I had a prospect reach out to me about 2 months ago, and they had a company come in. They had a few people estimated, and it wasn't me. I didn't estimate the property at all. So I go back, but they reach out to me. They want opinion on their property, and they want top dressing, leveling, aeration. They want all these services, right? And I'm like, okay, you just got this lawn installed. The lawn has not even been installed for 3 weeks. You haven't had this lawn installed for 3 weeks, and you want it to be aerated, top dressed, and leveled. No way, I'm not doing it, because that sod is not rooted, and as soon as we start to put that machine on it, it's gonna lift up. It's gonna do more damage early on if the lawn is not established before you perform these type of services. So I went, like me, I ask questions. I don't just because somebody reach out to me and they want a service provided, I don't just, okay, let me just provide the service. No. Let me ask questions to get down to why we're here right now. You just had the lawn sodded, right, with some Zeon Zoysia. Why didn't you have that company why don't you just have them come back and fix the grade if you feel like it was super far off? He's like, it's really bumpy, it's dips, this, that, and the third. And like I tell everybody, with sod pieces, every piece is not cut exactly the same. Some may have more soil than others, so you're gonna run into a little bit of dips here and there, because as that soil and sod starts to root and it starts to settle, it's going to make it seem as if it's a little bit bumpy, and I can see why somebody would need that. However, just because you need it don't mean you should jump on it like 30 days or 3 weeks right after you got the sod put down. The client also, contractor that you work with, they also start the irrigation, and your irrigation is acting funky. Like, You reached out to these companies, right? Okay, and then you're worried about the health of the lawn. So this one prospect is telling me all the issues that they have, right? About what's went wrong with the company that they use to, do a sod installation. Cool. I'm not the type of person that's going to come in and just throw another contract under the bus for one. And I know exactly. He said, "Hey, I use this company, X and X company," and I say, "Well, did you talk to Tom? Because it sounded like you had to deal with Tom. Talk to Tom. Tom is a solid person." And I deal with the sod farms directly, so I know exactly who they speak to when they get these jobs, onboarded and done. The thing about a sod farm, they can offer a much better price sometimes than a contractor, especially if they're doing in-house installs, because they own they own the sod, so they can discount the sod install and just charge on the irrigation install. They have leverage room, wiggle room, negotiating space to beat small business when it comes to a job like that. So I get that piece. So you're getting a better price point when you go with the sod farm if you're going with the install and the irrigation. Given, however, after you've actually spoke to those people and they said, "Hey, I'll be come out to visit to check on it, etc." Be patient. Like, brother, you just spent over, I'm pretty sure, 10,000 or more on this lawn renovation. Be patient now. Like, this doesn't happen overnight. Have some realistic expectations of what you expect from the lawn. So this dude told me, he said, well, after they did it, like a week later, I sent out. He said I reached out to X and X company because I wasn't pleased with it, and then I seen a bunch of insects and spiders and all this stuff. So they treated the lawn, and they put down this, they put down that. I'm like, okay, why you got me here? Okay, you got somebody to treat the lawn, and then you've already talked to the sod farm. They've already told you that the lawn has been treated, and they've actually treated it when they were here. So you got two contractors, right? Already been there and treated the lawn. And then this guy tells me, I had another guy come here and look at it, but he said just to wait, and then I should do this, that, and the third. I was like, that's the right, like, that's the third person. I'm number 4, y'all. I'm number 4 in the line. He found me online. He found my business YouTube page, and he also found my just online presence in the Charleston area. So he's like, yeah, I saw your videos, and I really figured that you can definitely help me get down to the bottom of it. Problem is, I'm the 4th person you're reaching out to, man. I don't like going behind so many people that you've already have obligations with. You've signed an agreement with a weed control fertilization company. You've already dealt with a sod company. You've also had a irrigation, like you're dealing with 3 other people before me. So it's hard for me to come in and just try to do what I need to do. And I don't really want parts of it, because you have many people that you can refer back to if you're unsatisfied with the health of the lawn that you just got installed. That's the biggest thing about me, and what makes me different than my client, my competitors. Like, I can care less about getting to the next job. My biggest focus is to deliver quality on the job that I'm working on. Like, I feel like even it's only two other companies that I have on my list of contractors that I recommend that even like keep that same energy. Like, they're results driven. They have integrity in what they do, to the point where they will not leave it if it's not right, type deal. That's me. So I don't refer people who ain't like me. But this dude had basically 3 companies seeking out, and then he's trying to get me. And no, I don't. I say, hey man, this best thing I can do for you, I can take your soil sample so you can see what's going on with your soil. But to be honest, I'm gonna have to pass, because there's 3 other contractors that you have working on your property already. Like, I don't want no parts of that. He went with who he found, and I like to give people solutions, but in the same token, at some point you don't trust the contractor who you initially had do it, the second person, the third person after that, if you got me coming in. That's just my thing. I got out of the landscaping part and just mow only. I wasted too much time giving quotes and not getting the jobs. People are cheap. Ho ho. Crazy adventures. You telling me something. You're telling me something that I'm about to hit on a little bit. So, moving on. That was just one situation where people value your expertise but don't want to hire you. He wanted to hire me, but it's just the fact that he has so many other people. I didn't want parts of it. So, moving on. I get people that always seek me out, y'all. I used to charge $150 for my consultation, typically. But what I noticed is the average job that I'm doing is usually around 10K or more. 5 to 10K is the average job. And I just like, you know what? If my close rate is pretty high when it comes to visiting these properties, speaking to these people, giving them multiple options and solutions, and I have a higher close rate versus charging 150 before they even know me, and then basically not getting the opportunity to I can't even present myself to present the opportunity that and solutions that I can have for the property. Once I talk to people, it's over. I just feel that's just what it is. I do feel like I'm a great communicator. I give valuable information, and once somebody compare apples to apples when it comes to the quality and the professionalism and what the quote, how the quote is designed, and pricing is the only thing that is pretty much a non-negotiable for me. Pricing is non-negotiable just because I put my best feet forward. For one, if I could charge a cheaper price, I would have. But in the same token, that's why I give people options. My negotiating tactics. I'm not even gonna say tactic. I don't negotiate well. So what I do is I give people options on my quotes. So instead of going with, Zion, Georgia, that's gonna cost almost $450 a pallet delivered, you actually can get you can get Bermuda or Centipede for $240 per pallet. But that's just buying the product. That ain't got nothing to do with installation. Ain't got nothing to do with prep, etc. So I give people options. That's my thing. I feel like that's fair. When you give people options and you let them choose, cool, right? So another situation I had recently, and it's okay. Sometimes I don't blame the clients, but in the same token, I just don't like to be mined for information and then a whole situation going on in the background. So I got a contractor, of course, to work alongside, and hey, bro, what you about to jump the light? Move fast enough, grasshopper. This dude about to run the light, but he ain't go fast enough. But anywho, I'm working with I got a few contractors that I work alongside. Amazing contractors, I'm telling you. Like, I stand behind what they do. They're pretty good at what they do. But I may have jumped the gun a little bit too soon on one of the contractors I put on my list, just based on a little bit of a trust factor. Like, I don't mind a client. When I give clients information, they have the ability, and it's their right to be able to choose what option they want, right? That's cool. But if I present to you, a client, and I estimate a property, I do the full estimate. I've been, building rapport with the client over, a month or so timeline, and I estimate jobs. And typically, this is the catch too that I don't think clients understand sometimes, but this is why I stand behind my work. But when I estimate an irrigation job or any type of external work, let's say that I'm not gonna do, I still warranty whether that contractor get it, do it or not. You know what I mean? It's a catch too. You got somebody that's coming in I'm subcontracting that's doing the work, but I'm gonna follow through and make sure it's done. And if you have any option, any challenges over the next 2 years with your irrigation or something like that, I'm gonna make sure it's situated so you have no leaks, all that stuff. So it's like, that's the catch-22. Like, you got two people. So one person's gonna make sure it's done right, and the other person's gonna make sure he value and follow up on the warranty, etc. So when people, when I estimate a job, and I put these things in place, and I feel like it's in the best interest of the client. And some of these contractors that I subcontract, even like especially with my irrigation stuff, I got like 3 contractors that I work with. When I estimate it, I'm not the subcontractor that just oh man, I want you to come in and how much you charging, and hey, add this on the prop. No, I literally give them the job, period. I want to see them grow because I believe in the law of reciprocity. If I do good things will come back to me. This, in the sake of irrigation, it's expensive already. So in a sense, I don't like to add prices on top of my contract. So I'd say, hey man, this is how many zones already estimated here. Lock it in. I like to have a full solution for what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to install a lawn in a summertime and it's super hot and this client don't have an in-ground irrigation system and the lawn burns out. So they're helping me by just putting the system in place. I'm not making, I made $2,000 off of, this person putting a irrigation. No, I don't. I'm literally just putting them in place to make sure it's done, etc. What I'm talking about. The caption says the contractor F the client, right? In reality, it's just forget, guys. Forget the contractor, forget the client. Because in reality, what do you guys think I'm saying, man? I'm a nice person, man. I'm not saying forget them like that, just respectfully, I just have to speak my piece because I feel like I'm over the last few months, I feel like I had to cut off some relationships that I feel like were good relationships, and it ain't because of me. It's more so people actually going on the back end after I've already estimated a full project in different scopes of work on a project, different scopes, and then they go in and they do all the work, literally the whole scope. They do the site prep, they do the irrigation, they do the install, and guess what? I don't get to hear about it until it's completed. Like, what? I guess that's what we do. Like, I thought we were like more tight knit than that, but it's cool. I don't blame the client. I blame the contractor in this sense, because they just should have communicated with me, because you would have never ever even known that client had not introduced you to him. So in reality, if the client told me, hey, they're not going to move forward, they're going to do it themselves or whatever they say, it's cool. That's the client's right. But don't go behind my back and get the full job done completely and leave me completely out of it. That's not cool. I'd rather for my subcontractor to not do it like that. I don't want to. I feel like it's a communication piece. Just communicate with me if the client reaches out to you or whatever, because that's trust that we've had for years, and now you're about to lose a lot of opportunity for you're about to lose a long-term relationship for a one-time opportunity. Not cool. You don't want to lose a long-term relationship, because if we're being transparent, if I'm being a buck about it, like with this specific contractor, I'm pretty sure I put over probably $20,000 in their pockets within the last 3 months. $20,000 in this person, and no, it's not subcontracted. It's literally I referred him out and he did the work. That doesn't benefit me far as financially. It's literally, hey, I want to see my counterpartners do well, because if an opportunity presents itself in the future, hopefully they'll think about me as well. That's just how I think about stuff. I may be wrong. Maybe I should stop thinking that people are gonna be me in situations, right? People are gonna treat a situation like I would treat it, because people ain't me. That's just the truth of it. But it's just surprising with the contractor going behind, and then to act like they didn't do anything. Oh, I didn't know. Then you're like, oh, I thought. No, you didn't think. Come on, man. Let's be real. And I just was at the side farm, and this was on my mind this morning, because it sucks. Like I literally have something else that it's way bigger than my landscaping. And I've been having this for over 4 or 5 years going on. And I was going to bring them in and make them a part of it, because I feel as if when people are on the same page, and it's definitely beneficial if you're bringing in more value, especially throughout a different part of the season when things slow and stuff. Like, people should appreciate that. But I'm not gonna bring this contract and this team into my realm of what I'm doing, because it shows me a character. Integrity and character is what is revealed when you do something underlining behind someone's back. And I'm not going to bring somebody into something that I have that's even bigger than what I'm doing right now. No way. So that's why I'm a little bit bothered, because I have to weigh out my other options and continue to do the work to find good people. That's just what it is. Sometimes you have good people that you know can trust to do certain things, and other times you don't. But I've been having so many people just mine me for information, and it's cool to an extent. It's cool to an extent. My thing is, if you've already went with another contractor, with the first person, go ahead and reach out to that person and get down to the bottom of what you need done, period, in reality, because you shouldn't have 3 other contractors on your property because you want to be frugal. That ain't my thing. Like, please, I don't want no parts of that, because it's just a battle that I feel like I won't win. And then, for the secondary person, it's like, after you've dealt, you went, and you dealt with somebody who I worked alongside, and y'all move forward, ask them all the questions. Don't ask me any questions. Obviously, we wasn't a good fit, but you may value the information I provide, because trust me, I'm more passionate about anybody who I know in my area about what I do when it comes to sod installation and grasses. Like, that's just me. Like, day in, day out, this is what I do. I'm not trimming trees, I'm not mowing lawns. I'm literally micro focused. I'm focused like a laser, not a flashlight, on the specific thing that I'm passionate about. So you get me, and you get 100% of what I provide, but don't mind me after you've actually dealt with. Hey, go online, go to there's many different resourceful places that you can look to find information about the thing that you're trying to do. Leave me out of it. I don't want no parts of it. Leave me out of it, because in reality, I don't blame you for shopping around and all that. Cool, you did what you did, but I just, like, I get to hear about it after the fact. It's like, dang, bro. Like, I say, bro, like, when have we ever did? Like, when have we ever estimated a job together? Or I did the estimate for a job, and, like, you just move forward and I don't hear anything? Like, that's never happened before. So it's cool, though. It's cool. Life goes on. I gotta cut ties and keep it moving, because I can't cry over spilled milk. I just don't like, and then being mined for information is like I'm being the goofball in the situation. Like, I guess I'm not as dumb as I look, guys. I promise you I ain't. Like, I might give you information, etc., because I do have genuine intentions, but in the same token, I can't be a fool. I have a family to provide for. I have a business to run, and if everybody called me and just got information from me, got all the resources, and I give them every detail of how everything works, why would I even be? I wouldn't even be in business. Like, I don't mind giving people information, but don't mind me for the information, and then it's just not beneficial to me. It's not beneficial, and it doesn't help me in the long run. As far as I need to get gas. As far as what value is being added, but I don't know. I'm not really upset. I'm not upset with the client. It's more so the contract and his stance. And I've had this happen a few different times, and it's one of those things where you have to just A/B test. Like, hey, this situation, okay, that went smooth. Okay, let me try this situation to see if this works out. And that's with specific contractors. And sometimes they fail the test of trust. Like, we're building a long-term positive relationship that's beneficial to you more than me. To be honest, that's the reality of it, and you take it for granted just because you want to, not to say devalue your service, but make yourself available to someone that I presented you to. Not cool. Not cool. It's all, and I speak with people about stuff like this because I don't like to I don't like to just use my own opinion sometimes to say, you know what, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping because I think this way. But let me hear from a person who I feel I look up to, etc. I spoke to about 3 people and just fed them the situation. And I don't like to. I talk to people and it's crazy. I got people around me that keep a G with me. They keep it real with me, and they're not gonna have a biased opinion based on me. So just because I give them the story, they're gonna look at the facts and they're gonna ask questions. But in this situation, everybody had the same feedback. Same feedback. It was like, well, and one person even gave me an analogy. It was like, hey man, it's almost like, somebody taking your girl, you're introducing somebody to your girl and they go behind your back and get your girl. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Right? I don't like to think about it like that, but dang. I was like, yeah. I say that. He said that's a trust issue. I was like, and I would, look at, and he said sometimes it's just a conversation, but already, and you can't be naive to think there wasn't being intentional. And I had a conversation with the contract and stuff like that, and at the end of the day, I just won't refer them. I just refer the other companies that I work alongside. I don't like. I'm the type of person. I go to Olive Garden and I eat the same thing. I don't typically change up what I like. I like if I find good people, I like to keep them around. I like to make sure they straight because at the end of the day, they're worth their weight in gold to an extent if they just keep their integrity and character in what they do. But when they start to reveal those type of things, and nobody's perfect, it's just it ain't good for business. Not for me. It's not good for business when I can't trust you. It's not good for business when you're not doing things as a standard that I require. Like you're doing shortcuts on projects, and then I got to go back and fix. I work with contractors, and I've had hiccups on many different projects that I have to go back and fix because I put myself out there. My company is on the line when I I have somebody work alongside me. Like they're not the person who the client. They don't really care about the subcontractor per se. They care about who they paid and who they hired to actually perform all this and stuff like that. So I'm always on the line. I'm always on the line, and I'm not gonna let that fail based on somebody else's actions to not do right. I'm gonna do what I set out to do, and if rather it's an issue that they caused or not, I'm gonna make sure it's right. That's just me. I feel like I'm gonna continue to do well in business, and I hear this from many different people. God dang it, I ain't trash truck. That's what we doing. Just jump in front of me, bro. Freaking trash truck just jumped in front of me like crazy, and I'm about to be walking if I don't get no gas. I don't know what I'm over here doing. I gotta stop by this gas station. I'm supposed to be stopping by this client's property. I told him I'll be there between 10 and 11, and it's 11:17 right now. Just ran into a little bit of traffic, y'all, but yeah. But when it comes to character and integrity, like those are non-negotiable. Those are things that can be right without you having to feel like you gotta. Like people, you either have it or you don't. And I'm learning with some people, with certain, like they'll cut corners wherever they can cut them. I do. I feel like I'm a person of integrity. If any type of contract that I've done with people, if they literally go look at the details of that, I do everything in that contract that I set out to do because there's so many people that it's hard to find that people that's gonna do what they said they're gonna do. Go in there, look at it. Everything you see, I check this off. I got a checklist in my head when I'm out working. Hey, this is our process. When we park and we pull up on this street, we're gonna put out our cones. We're gonna block off this driveway, the next two houses. I'm gonna go speak with both of the neighbors to let them know, hey, we have this vehicle, we have this trailer. We're gonna be occupying this space for over the next 2 days. If you could just, if we're in the way of any way of sort, please just let me know, and we'll be happy. Here's my card. Like, I'm very considerate of what we're doing. I do feel like I got integrity in what I do, but it's cool. Just because I'm who I am, and that ain't how everybody else is. Um, and I know some people probably do a lot of stuff, far as take on a lot of contracting work because it's a cash grab, cash grab. Like, oh man, I can make this $2,000 today, right now, and it ain't about that to me. Appreciate it. It really ain't about that. I'm gonna get some. I'm thinking an energy drink. I don't think I need no energy drink. I get a coffee though. I got a coffee over here. Where's the coffee? There we go. I'll do some salted caramel today. We got some everything in here. Killer. I haven't had this. It's a mean bean. That right there is mean bean, and this is a mean bean. Let's see what I do today. Right here. Cashing out or? Oh, huh? I get 50 on 3.
50?
50. 50.
50, right?
Yes, sir. 50.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, trying to do a better job. People either have people are trying to protect your company and protect your relationships, or they're not. They either got good intentions, or they don't. But you better be able to peep it. You better be able to peep it. One of my one of the people I was speaking with, he said, "Hey man, you gotta call a spade a spade." I was like, that ain't right. Like, they know better. Come on, man. You know, go behind somebody's back. I hate this. I hate when I go get a drink and if you look around the lid, it's dirty. Like, bruh, I'm drinking off this crap. They look like a bug. I'm gonna go swap it. Swap it or wash it off. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Just went to the sink and washed it off. What up, bro? A&J, what's happening, man? Nah, man, I'm over here just chopping it up, man. I was just talking about today some of these situations I had with a few contractors and just clients in general. I was out here doing doing my 1-2 step, man, like I always do, doing my estimates. But in this, I had a little bit of a situation where people be playing, man. They have so many contractors on their property because they're trying to get, I guess, either a good price or whatever. But they seek me out like I'm the fourth person that they reached out to, and when I'm the fourth person reaching out that somebody reached out to, is cool. Maybe they just didn't find me. But in the same token, they're not trusting any of the contractors' information on the solutions that they had to problem. After listening to them, because I shut up when I get to properties. I just listen and I let people talk. I let them talk because it's going to tell me exactly where the issue is. They don't trust none of the contractors' solutions to their issues. So I don't be wanting no parts of it. I don't mind giving information and giving insight, but sometimes it's not beneficial. I mean, it's not helpful, and it's not a value to me to just pull up, give someone information on something that they say they're having a problem with, especially if they have 3 other people who can solve the problem that they've already done business with. And it's not like it's sometimes like a couple bucks or whatever to do these projects. Usually, a couple $1,000 involved within it. But I didn't want no parts of that because I just don't feel like I would have been the right person to try to give them a solution to something if they already have 3 other people who actively working on this property and communications with. I don't like putting myself out there like that. And then I had another contractor. In a sense, like, we got a good relationship, man. Good relationship, been good for years, but I typically usually estimate the full property, the irrigation, sod installation, whatever, landscaping, and I let him do the irrigation, the landscaping. I just focus on the grass. That's just that's the prime thing of what I do. But how would you feel, AJ, if they went behind you and they went and hold up, let me just fast forward this. The client says, all right, I don't want to move forward. I'm gonna wait. It's just a little bit too costly, right? But then about a week or 2 pass by and they do the full project with, your contractor go in and do the full project, and they don't even mention it. They don't even mention that they're about to do it or that the client reached out to them. They don't say nothing. And typically, you've been doing business with them for years, and all you do is have them come in and do the irrigation, the part of the job that is necessary, especially for like sod installation. The stuff that I have somebody come in and do as far as in-ground irrigation is necessary because it sustains the grass that I'm putting down, like, and make sure it's properly irrigated and not burning out. So it's a benefit to me for them to actually come in and do the irrigation. And if I'm not equipped to come out there with a full team, and not to say I'm not equipped to, but I don't prefer to come out there and focus on the irrigation part of it when I know I can trust somebody to come in and do it right, etc. But anyway, this person, contractor, did the full job. They did the grading, they did the irrigation, they installed the sod, and I didn't hear nothing about it. I don't blame the client in this situation. I don't blame the client because they have their ability to shop or whatever, find whoever, whatever. That I don't really care about that. But the fact that, just had to lose a little bit of trust with a relationship that I had, that's kind of what bothered me. Now I can't trust you for bigger things. And then, when I talk to you, you're like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I tried to. No, you didn't try to tell me, because the fact of it is, we talk on the phone every day. So you didn't try to tell me. So that's a lie. Come on, let's be real now. You know me. He's like, you tried to tell me, and this been planned out, for at least a week or so. This stuff don't just happen in one day. So in reality, not to say I was like super salty about it, but it just shows me I can't build nothing bigger with this person if I can't trust them with these just small opportunities. Because we've done way much bigger jobs than the one that the one that he took on. Like, we've done projects over 20-30K. Like, we've done some big jobs together, and it's cool. But now you've lost the opportunity for me to even present opportunities to you, because in reality, and I don't want to look like, oh, I'm just some savior or whatever, but in the reality and the facts of it is, I'm only bringing, income and, finance to you when it comes to our relationship. Like, it ain't a two-way street. It ain't like you're like, I'm gonna do the irrigation on this property, you come do the sod installation and do your thing. No, he don't do that at all. And I don't trip about it because I believe in the law of reciprocity. If I do good into the people that's around me and stuff like that, I have good come back to me, and it's not from that person. I like my genuine intentions and blessings will come from somewhere external. It don't have to come from that specific person. So I just believe in doing well by people, and that's why I don't blame the client. Like, I say forget the client when it comes to, like, okay, if you move forward with other people, don't just mind me. Like, far as just, I say mine, like when people go for gold, they mine for gold. Don't get all, continue to reach out to me and just want to have all the insight of how something worked in the detail and choose something else. Like, I don't think that's fair to me. And as far as timing, like, I got free resources out there. Hey, you can go look online. I can refer you to things, but don't take the time that I'm investing with you for granted, because I try not to give that to everyone. I feel like I spread myself thin when I'm giving time to people who, only looking out for their own interests and not what I'm trying. Like, I got family to support. I got bills to pay. The time that I spend on the property, if it's an hour, 2 hours, whatever, that time is valuable, bro. And I can't just keep giving it out, especially to somebody who don't respect it. It ain't that they don't respect it. It's just, hey, if you allow people to, do this, they'll just continue to do it. But, I'm gonna just start referring people to, website pages and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, I don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately. Like some backdoor stuff. Yep. Hey, I talked to one of my, what I like to do, ANJ, I don't like to jump to Z. I don't jump to conclusions and say, what, this person wronged me, right? I'm a type of person, I can accept a criticism and other conversation. I got people that I talk to that they're not going to give me a biased opinion. They're going to listen to what I tell them, and they'll tell me I'm wrong or right in those situations. In this situation, with speaking to 3 different people, they're like, nah, you got wronged in this situation. Unfortunately, this person is almost like you introduceced this person to your girl and you went out of town and they got your girl. I'm like, whoa. I don't want to think about it like that, but hey, it's the same thing. It's a trust issue. Then all you got to say is you're sorry. You're not really sorry. Like Rihanna say in her song, she's like, don't tell me that you're sorry because you're not. You're only sorry because you got caught. Like, it ain't even that big of a deal, though. I have an abundance of prospects to continuously reach out to me. It's just, I hate that I can't refer them someone who I thought I trust. That's really what kind of a little bit of a sharp pain. I'd rather refer somebody to somebody who I know is going to deliver. Like, every single day, this phone rings. Hey, can you mow my lawn? And guess what? I tell them I do not mow lawns. And like for the last 3 weeks, I was giving them, hey, you can call this number. But then the person who I was referring, hold on, this freaking client is coming out. Hold on. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Trent? Taking it easy. About to go back there and double check, see what we got going on. I'll be replacing some of that stuff. I got some sod with me and things like that. Okay. All right. If you have any questions for me, just shoot me a call. No problem.
I put up a little doggy fence to keep her off the new side.
Okay. Awesome. All right. All right. But yeah, it's been wild, man. It's been wild. So I don't like the fact that I can't refer them. I don't have the solid one that I can refer to each time, because now you kind of revealed yourself in a different light. Integrity and character, you either have it or you don't. I don't feel like it's one of those things that, I develop, I feel like you can go through relationships as far as you wrong somebody and you can kind of rebuild and learn not to do that to other people in the future. But if you have an intention to do something like that early on, it's like, well, I feel like early on is, within 5 years, I still consider it early. After 10 years, like, okay, what are we doing now, man? It's some person who I trust, but people are people. But I would understand like giving them a benefit of a doubt until they prove you wrong. That's me. That's me. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt until you show me something different. I was just going to say that they only sorry because they got caught. Took the word right out of my mouth. Don't let it get on your skin, under your skin. That's just God's work, and that's facts, man. I know I'm super blessed, and I got the problem that I have a really good problem. I have so many people that reach out to me, and I can't get to all of them, and that's with both of my business, this business and the other one. People are trying to get on the schedule. I can't even get to them. So what I do not to do, because this is one of those things where I just tell you, I learned what's going on, Billy. I learned from my mistakes. Early on when I got started in my landscape business, I used to accept people left and right? Until I noticed that people can't handle the workload that I can handle by myself. I got sick for like a week or two. I had that flu. That's back in 2019, I believe. And I lost so many customers by me not being able to perform services that week. Oh, he didn't show up this week. I was like, what? Bruh, this is the person who go over and above and deliver on your property. So I like to compete at a higher game nowadays, man. I noticed that anytime that I've gave stuff to people for free, they don't value it. And I seriously mean that, man. I mean this to my core. I do a lot of sod installation. I have sometimes a half a pallet, maybe even a pallet, rarely sometimes. And I'll be like, hey, you can have this pallet, no cost here. I just don't want to throw it away because I used to have to take the stuff to the landfill and throw it away. I give it to people and I don't expect nothing. Don't give me anything. I gave this to you to be a blessing to you. Don't pay me anything. Here. And then I got to a point where I was getting consistent half a pallet of this and that. I was like, you know what? One of the places, they didn't have irrigation and stuff like that. So I set up like a water hose, a tandem system to water the lawn. It's like, hey, my water, like I say, hey, I'm in this sense, if I'm coming and I'm installing it and I'm putting a watering system in place temporarily because you don't want to buy an in-ground irrigation system, I am going to have to charge you just because, like, sometimes you get taken advantage of if you don't charge for nothing. People don't value until they got to pay for it. And every time I feel like I've given, either a discounted price, like, people don't value it like that. They can care less. They just care about a cheap price. Like, but the people who I got some for the same people that I've had that I feel like I've done for and gave for free, and I'm not tripping on that because I genuinely feel that in my heart. I should give to people and I should not expect nothing. But did they turn out to be a great long-term customer? No, and I shouldn't expect them to. So when it comes to business, when I charge a certain price for the stuff that I do, and the people who go with service, they're getting definitely a superior service because I geek out about it. Like, y'all just seen me talk to one of my clients right now. I'm at his house on a Saturday. He's like, Rob, I just wanted your second opinion, look at the lawn. He got True Green. He don't have like a reoccurring maintenance company or whatever. He want me to help him get his lawn on track. So I keep it G with him. Hey man, I'll stop by, I'll take a look at it, give you insight. You've done business with me. I respect people, period. And rather they sometimes not do business with me or not, I'm still gonna give them my honest opinion of what's going on with their stuff. It's, but I just don't like to be mined. Like, I just don't like for people to continue to seek me out after they went a different direction. And Jay, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. You keep me going on YouTube, man. Just on here, just to sometimes I have to have somewhere where I can talk to people who actually understand what I'm doing. And majority of the people who follow my channel are landscapers, etc. So I like to just communicate because I know some people deal with the same issues. And I like to know this. Am I tripping sometime? But I'll be saying, I got the caption say, F the contractor, F the client. Because in reality, it's forget the contractor who don't respect me enough to communicate with me and actually be transparent about when I'm actually selling a job and it's in the best benefit to them. Forget him, because at the end of the day, he ain't keeping it real with me, and I can't build nothing bigger with him. The customer who just seeking me out after they've actually chose a totally different route, they just keep asking me a bunch of questions like they're a paying client of mine. I don't have the capacity to just continue to pour into whatever you got going on with your project, unfortunately, because I have a limited amount of time that I can provide for my clients. And unfortunately, you're not my client. You're a person seeking out information. I can refer you to a professional source or online, but I don't want to overinvest my time when I really have things that I need to be accomplishing. So that's what that caption is about, y'all. If you see the caption, that's what I'm talking about. And I got a handful of other situations that I ain't even gonna go into right now. It's many other different contractors like I just work alongside, but and this is one of those things where this is I try not to get off subject, y'all, but this is one of those things where I don't like to put other people out there if they're not me, because I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna show up and do, and I know the details. Like I'm very, I would say I'm a little bit OCD with how I perform, so I know what people can expect out of a quality job, and I know I can deliver that. So I'll try not to overextend myself in certain areas or whatever. But yeah, man. Know you guys get sick and tired of people taking your kindness for weakness. That is a fact, man. People take my kindness for weakness just because I'm genuine and I do want to see a success of, I want good for everyone. Yeah, that definitely can be taken for weakness. I 100% agree with that. Try to put all into what I do to keep the customer happy, and some of them get it, get on, appreciate it, and they don't respect you. Somebody someone get on, appreciate it, and don't respect it. Yeah, you're right. And I done some stuff with people, and they don't know. Sometimes people don't respect it too, ANJ, because they don't know what it would have cost. Like I told you, some of these jobs and people be like nitpicking. Like I was giving somebody a pallet of Xeon about 3 months ago because the customer decided to do some hardscaping. So I had a pallet left over. And I was like, okay, I'll just give it to one of my neighbors. I can't do nothing with it. I ain't finna renovate my lawn. I already got Xeon Zorge in my backyard. But I was like, no, I'm gonna just give it to this my neighbor or whatever, one of the neighbors in my neighborhood. And I gave it to him. It was like, hey, so I don't understand. Why would you give this to me? It was like, well, is it good? How's the quality of it? Is it dead? Like they asked a bunch of questions. And it's like, you should ask questions. You don't want nobody to give you crap. But then I can't take this unless you take money from me. I'm like, I don't look to get nothing from you. Literally, I'm trying to give you something. I'm trying to be a blessing to you. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm trying to be a blessing to you, but you making it really hard. Like I don't have time to hold on to this for a day, 2 days. I need this going today, and it need to be down within the next 24 hours. So I'm giving you an opportunity. Don't let it pass through your hands. That's what I told them. And it's like, I was like, you know what? It was like, so how much would something like this typically cost? I'm like, oh boy, why would you even ask me that? Why would you ask me how much something like this typically costs? To be real with you, I'm giving this to you because I feel like anybody who have the space, you can have it. But if you knew the cost of it and you don't value lawn, like your lawn presentation, you're gonna look at me crazy when I tell you how much it costs. But hey, our minimum job is $2,000. But this, just to install this one pallet, if we're doing the grading, we're putting down compost, it'll be almost $2,000. It'll be like 1,800. I was like, and that's just for one pallet. I was like, so I'm giving this to you. I'm telling you. I said, you can go look up my business online, whatever. But I'm trying to give you something without charging you for it. Just take it. Just take it, because I don't want it to go to waste. That's literally. But that's a prime example of sometimes when people don't understand the value of something, you get undervalued per se. If people don't know how much it costs to do some of the stuff that you're doing, and you're just adding in there, I feel like people don't pay me for the materials or whatever. They pay me for the expertise the long term follow up of the results, the driven results that I'm gonna drive, because I'm very result driven. Like, bruh, like I'm not happy. I told a client this yesterday. I say, man, just because I installed, just like, oh my gosh, it looks so much great. We just did a Bermuda lawn yesterday, and y'all can see the live. I think I had it. I posted a little bit of it yesterday. I did a drainage there as well, but they were super happy. And I don't like to put nobody fire out, but I'm not happy until I see everything looking good. And the problem is this: people have contractors that they deal with, and the price, they might charge them a price point for some. You keep doing you, being in the beat at it, and keep posting. We see the work, good deeds. That's why I'm coming to work for you on a weekend for free. Oh, speaking of that, hey, Billy, I don't know if you've seen, but I think my brother-in-law, he gonna be in town today. You and my brother-in-law was on the live together last time. He'll be in town today. I'm actually close to his house. Man, small world. Funny that you said that, Billy. I'm like literally 10 minutes away from his house. He owned the property out here. I'm gonna be stopping by and chopping it up with them. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, man, I mean well by people, and I'm gonna stop expecting people to be me. That's what I'm gonna do, because that's unrealistic. Is that a police car sitting behind? Yeah, that's a police car, man. That's I'm in a cul-de-sac right now, and he over there mowing his yard. He mows his yard every week. His lawn looks pretty good. But I'm about to go back here and peep at this lawn. Dude, Billy. I mean, not Billy, but my client has been pretty chill. This is his front. He actually got a bunch of centipede, but y'all can't tell on camera. But to me, this is me geeking out. This is actually not centipede right here. This is actually torpedo grass, and he's maintaining it and keeping it pretty low. It's like a torpedo grass. What is it called? I'll get the name of it, y'all. I don't want to miscall it. This is some extra grass that we had. We just put it back in this corner. And this right here is what we installed, y'all. This is actually St. Augustine. This whole spot here was Bermuda, and it was bare. And we wanted to get that corrected for him. I'm visiting today because it's the rest of the lawn. This is all St. Augustine. Looks pretty good. He put a fence up, so I should be good. I'm looking to see right here. See that right there? It's actually some Bermuda in here. So I got some extra pieces of sod. I'm actually about to snatch some of these pieces out and put this St. Augustine, because we don't want Bermuda coming in taking over this new lawn. And I appreciate him putting that fence up. It helps with the dogs' foot traffic early on. Yeah, this is a St. Augustine. Yeah, I estimated it right. It's just a couple pieces that I need to swap out. It's getting properly irrigated. It has its fertilizer and stuff like that. Stay for a few minutes on your camera. Stay still for a second. Your camera is freezing. Oh no. Am I still freezing, AJ? Am I still freezing? Looks good. Okay. Cool. But yeah, I'm about to get this, it looks like it's about 3 pieces that I need to swap out. This thing. Before this new grass be rooting, we having pressure. Weed pressure, grass pressure. It's kind of compete. It's the growing season. This right here is all Bermuda right here. And as you can see, it's trying to creep over a little bit. Hopefully, I can compete a little bit. I got something for it. I got some Fosade. Put some Fosade on it. I gotta read my labels, but that's how I usually eradicate Bermuda. Get rid of Bermuda out of zoysia lawns and stuff like that. Got to use the right product at the right time. Right now, it's not the right time because it's too early to be spraying it right now with that herbicide. But at the same token, I don't want that Bermuda to get too much momentum going on. But that's what this video was about today, man. Man, I kind of learned a little bit from you because I did not know there's so many different types of grasses. Oh my God, but it looked good, brother. Yeah, man. Hey, man, trust me. I can geek out about this. This is the stuff I try to geek out. I have to have an outlet. And my business YouTube. So go follow lawnreputation.com. Lawn Reputation. That's my landscape business. If you go look it up on YouTube, that's why I like to geek out. And I got some videos I've already posted, but they're private. But I'm gonna go ahead and make them available because I've been trying to be timely with the videos, put them out during a specific time where it's beneficial, where people understand it. But it's called Lawn Reputation. It's green. That's my business name. But I like to geek out about grass on there. Like, bro, we got over 10 different zoysias. We have 4 St. Augustines. We have 4 Bermudas, and we have 1 type of centipede. Well, we actually got 2 centipedes in Charleston. So we got a lot of grasses to choose from. There's almost 20 grasses in Charleston, the coastal area alone. So I geek out about that stuff. People don't know that, and I try not to overwhelm them with information because sometimes it can be a bit much. Like, it's like, bro, well, you got 10 different zoysias. Well, why this one from that one? And all of them have different characteristics. They have different blade textures. Some are wide blade, some are fine blade, some are drought resistant, some are older and they improved it and they just gave it a different name. Like it get kind of deep. But I geek out about that, and I try not to overwhelm my clients and tell them that, day one. It's like, that's something I'm passionate about. I geek out about. But if they looking to listen, I'm making a video right now, and it's just talking about zoysia alone. There's so many zoysias, and I just feel like it deserves its own video. The different types of zoysias in my area. But yeah, man, I'm glad it's beneficial for you, man. You learn about grasses and stuff because it's fun, man. But my phone been ringing so much, man. I'm about to do it, man. I'm about to freaking get a mower and say, hey, man, I don't do reoccurring services. I do one-time services though, and run up a whole $3,000 a week off of doing a premium service. 150, boom, let's go. But I can't be doing it. I've already made up my mind about it. It sounds good. Just because I got the opportunity coming to me, sounds good to be able to take it on, but I ain't going to do that. It won't put me closer to my end goal. I don't desire to do lawn maintenance mowing anymore, especially if it's not, profitable like that. It's just a lot of liability that come with it. But I'm a holla A&J, man. I'm about to get to it. I got to get this stuff done so I can get out, and I got to get rid of this Bermuda, y'all, from this yard that I did yesterday. The project called for 2,000 square feet, and it ended up being a little bit more, and so it was on me that I didn't. I don't know how I missed additional 150 square feet, but hey. Comes with the job. I didn't tell the customer, I just handled it, because at the end of the day, they hire us to be accurate at our estimates. And I usually have overages, like I've been telling you. I don't like to have overages. I don't like to have extra sod, because that shows like significantly extra. Like I shouldn't have a half a pallet. I should have maybe 100 to 200 square feet, maybe 100 square feet extra is cool. But when you got almost a full pallet, if the project called for it, but I try not to let that be the situation, because that I don't like people paying for stuff that I didn't use on the job. Like, I hate that. I don't like somebody paying for, they pay, for 4 pallets and only 3 got used. I mean, yeah, only 3 got used to an extent. Like, that ain't me. But I ain't gonna keep babbling, man. I just wanted to try to stay on topic today. All right, my brother. You have a nice Sunday. God bless you. Bless you too, man. Later. I'm out.